chapter, okay, is book 6A, okay. Actually, we already end the Form 5 textbook, so we need to start the Form 6 textbook, okay, 6A chapter 1. So arithmetic and geometric sequence. So this is chapter 1. Then after finish the chapter 1, we will do the chapter 2. So you can take a look of the chapter 2 topic, a summation of the arithmetic and geometric sequence. So that means chapter 1 and 2, they have very they are related, okay. So make sure that you understand, learn well in chapter 1. Then actually whole Form 6A textbook only got 3 chapters. Chapter 3 is more about graph of function. Then you will finish the whole DSE syllabus. So what is waiting for you? Yes, DSE is coming. So are you ready for it? We only got 3 chapters left, okay. So please try to finish all the homework, do all the revision to prepare for your future DSE. Okay, it's coming soon. So now we go back to the chapter 1 first, okay, about the arithmetic and geometric sequence. Okay, so first of all, let's review on what is meant by sequence. Okay, so actually sequence, that means a series of the number, they got some pattern. Okay, so what does it mean? It means, for example, maybe I will give you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you can see that here we got a series of the number, right? Then they got some pattern. You can guess what is the next 3 number, okay? Even though I won't tell you anything, but by the logical thinking, you will guess. Okay, so you can find out that, oh, actually every one of them just plus 2, plus 2. So I can guess that next one will be also plus 2. So that will be 12, 14, 16, right? So this is we call sequence, okay? And then all those plus the same number, okay, we will call it arithmetic sequence, okay? So this is a type of the arithmetic sequence example. Okay, using the short form, okay, we will just call it AS only, okay, AS. Got it? So beside this, what kind of the sequence we will also have? Maybe we will have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, guess what is the property of those number? Okay, so you may find out again, every one of them just times 2, then go to the next number, right? So by this pattern, okay, you will guess that, okay, the next one will be just times 2 again, okay? It will be 64, then times 2 again, 128, times 2 again, okay? So every one of them you can guess it, right? So that kind of the sequence, we will call it geometric sequence. Okay, in a short form, we will call it GS. Okay, so I already introduced 2 types of sequence, right? So let's try to take a look of the third one. Okay, what if I give you 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49? Can you guess the remaining one? Take a look of this. What is the property between those numbers? If you can figure out, actually it's super easy. Just 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, 7 square. So the next 2 you can guess it. Okay, it must be 8 and 9 square. Okay, so you will know that it will be 64, 81, and then so on. Okay, so this is another type of the sequence. Okay, so we can call it as the square number. Do you still remember in Form 1 you have learned it? That's type of the number, we call it square number. So we can call it square number sequence. Okay, so you can take a look of your textbook. Your textbook just mentioned arithmetic and geometric sequence. So does it matter that you need to learn the square number sequence? No, it's not the necessary, but I just told you that actually we got so many different kinds of the sequence. Okay, but your main target in chapter 1 and chapter 2 just need to learn the AS and GS. Okay, so one more very famous sequence I want to introduce to you is 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 24, then so on. So let's try to guess what is the property between those. If you have still remember what have you learned in Form 1, you will find that this is a very famous sequence, okay? It's called Fibonacci sequence. Okay, this is called Fibonacci sequence. So what is the property of this? Actually, it's the first two terms adding together will equal to the third one. Then next two terms adding together, can you see that? Will equal to the next one. Okay, so this is we call Fibonacci sequence. So you will guess the answer of this one will be just 21 plus the 24. It will be 45. Okay, then so on the next one. Okay, so Fibonacci sequence actually is very, very famous if you have heard it before. Okay, so you can see that it's come from all those numbers. Okay, so a lot of the picture of famous painting will using the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, another name you will may have more familiar with it. We call it golden ratio. Okay, so you can see that this is a different kind of the sequence. Okay, in math, so math words, but you just need to know what is AS and GS. Okay, so now let's start our today's session 1.1 first. Okay, so in this session 1.1 we divide into two parts, A part and B part. B part we will introduce it tomorrow. Okay, today we just need to focus on the A part, the general term of a sequence. So first of all, you need to understand what mean by general term. Okay, so take those example. Okay, for example, the AS 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Of course I would know it, but what if Miss Poon asking you, hey boys and girls, don't give me the next two terms, please give me the 100th one. Okay, so how can you do it? You can't write down 100th numbers, right? And then to find out, okay, Miss Poon, I prove that the 101 is something. Okay, you can't write down all. What is the quickly way to find out the number, the value in this position? Okay, so we need to learn a formula. Okay, then we can put some numbers in, then we can get the answer immediately. Okay, so here we will learn how to find out those formula. Okay, then actually we got special name to define this one. We call it general term. Actually, general term is a formula, okay, to find out the value of the sequence. Okay, so for example, we have just using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right, as the example to show you. So this is your first number in the sequence, right? So this is your first term, we call it first number. Then this is your second number, so we call it second term. Okay, then third number, we call it third term. So it's so on counting, third, fourth, fifth, until to the end. Okay, I don't know how many there, but I know the end. So what if Miss Poon asking you to find out the 100, 1,000, 10,000? So what is the value here? Okay, we need to find out a formula. Okay, so that's we call general terms. Now let's try to find it out. Okay, so using this, let's try to find out. How can we find out? Now I will teach you a skill, and then you will learn a more quickly way in the next session. Okay, we'll have some more systematic way, okay, to find out the formula. But this in here, I will only teach you how to using the logical thinking, try by error to find out the general term. Okay, so now first of all, think about it. This is your first term, second, okay, third, fourth, fifth. So think about the relationship between them. Okay, so how can 1 become 2? How can 2 become 4? If you are familiar with it, you will think that, okay, actually almost all of them just times 2. Can you see that? First term times 2 will become 2. Second term times 2, 4. Third term times 2, 6. Fourth term times 2, 8. So if I want to find the nth term, then what is the value here? Just times 2, right? So it's just 2n. So we will know that, okay, the general term, okay, by logical thinking only, okay, we'll know that actually just 2n, okay. Then if I want to ask you, hey, what is the first term value, you can tell me that first term is 2, okay, because of what? Because 2n, okay, n mean the first term, right? I put it 1 here, so I know that first term is 2. And then if Miss Poon asking you, hey, help me to find the 100th one, okay, so it's easy. You want to find the 100th one, okay, put those n become 100s, then you will know that actually this is just 200s, okay. So this is general term by logic thinking, by look at those pattern sequence, okay. So guess what is the general term, okay. So now we introduce you some symbols. So first of all, we're using Tn to present the general term, okay, because T stand for term, okay, T stand for term, N stand for the position, okay, in which position, the N position. So if I call it T3, mean the third one, okay, third position. So remember, T3 doesn't mean that the value is 3, okay. T3 mean that only the third one, okay, for example, this one, the third position one. So T3 can be equal to 100, okay. Don't think that T3 is 3, okay. T3 just the position. Is okay? So this is the general term. Now you know how to find the general term, right? Let's try one more example, okay, to find out. So let's do another example. Maybe we're using the square number, okay, to do it. So square number is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, So what is the general term? So first of all, think about the relationship between them, okay. Do you still remember we have told it, okay. So think about the position and the value. So you can see that it actually just times 2, so we know that it's times 2 only, 2n. So look at here, what is the relationship between them? 1 become 1, so do nothing will be 1. But how can 2 become 4, 3 become 9, 4 becomes 16. So a lot of the student may think that, okay, they are square number, just take a square. Yes, take a square only. So it's 1 to the power 2, 2 to the power 2, 3 to the power 2, 4 to the power 2. So even though until to the nth term, okay, how easy? Just n to the power 2, right? So actually your general term, we're using Tn to present, the general term will equal to n to the power 2. See, this is how can you guess or find out the relationship between the position and the value, okay? So you will know what is the general term. Got it? So this is how can we find the general term, okay? Try to find out the relationship between them, okay? So that's it. Now it's your turn to do the quick practice 1.1. Then later on the next video, we will explain to you how to do it, okay? So see you later.